Carmen, what does it mean to be judgment proof? I've heard you use that term on the show before, and I have. And what happens is, let's say you get sued, and we'll make it real simple. You get sued by a credit card company. Capital One sues me, and they get a judgment against me. Carmen Dellutri, judge writes order granting a judgment against Carmen Dellutri. So Capital One, Mr. Dellutri, you owe Capital One $10,000. Judge signs it. That's a judgment. The judgment in and of itself doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot because the law provides remedies to Capital One so that they can execute on the judgment. Fancy terminology means they got to go out and try to collect it. So what are they going to do to me? Well, they're going to try to garnish my wages if I'm a salaried employee. If not, they're going to go after my bank accounts, maybe go after my assets, maybe pull me in for a deposition in aid of execution, maybe send me some interrogatories. They want to know where I keep my stuff so that they can get at it to try to satisfy their judgment. Well, what if I don't work, so they can't garnish my wages? Or I have income from sources which are protected, like Social Security. Or maybe I'm a pensioner and my pension is protected under federal law or state law. Or maybe my income comes from some other place that can't be protected or can't be touched. Well, that would take that little remedy available to them right off the table. Well, what if Florida law protects all my assets? Let's say all my assets are in my home. I own my home free and clear. It's worth, make it $5 million. Can they touch my house in Florida? Not if it's truly my homestead. They can't touch it. So that's off the table. Now let's say I have a car and I have less than $1,000 worth of equity in my car. Car's off the table. Well, let's say my bank account is joint with my wife. Can they touch that? Nope. Well, let's say that all my assets are joint with my wife. Are they available to be taken to pay this one debt of mine? No. Well, what happens then? Creditor's left with no remedies. That when a creditor has no remedies to take that judgment and come after you and collect on it, guess what? You're judgment proof. Meaning that the judgment is there. We're not invalidating it in any way, shape, or form. We're just saying, Mr. Creditor, even if you get this judgment, there's nothing you can do to get paid on it. So ultimately, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and you're wasting your resources. That's not our call. That's the creditor's call. If Capital One wants to sue me, they have every right to do it. If I breach the contract or I do something wrong under our terms of the agreement, Capital One sues me. I can't stop that. I go to court, I put up my defenses if I have any. If I have no defenses, they're going to get a judgment against me. That's what happens. Now what? Well, now they have to execute on that judgment and there's nothing there for them to get. Is that my fault? Nope. Proper planning. Is it Capital One's fault? Nope. Because I did my proper planning and I used every available resource to me to protect myself and my family from anything bad that could happen in the future. So I'm judgment proof. And I think this goes in line with a lot of our seniors in Southwest Florida. And this is really important to know because a lot of seniors are carrying debt nowadays more so than they ever have in the past. I mean, I have some people coming in on Social Security who are carrying $30,000, $40,000 in credit card debt. And quite frankly, I don't know how they make it. I don't know how they survive. But they're using the credit cards, pay their medical bills, pay their living expenses, and then the Social Security check comes in and they pay it all to the credit cards. And it's leaving them on very shaky footing. When they talk to me and I tell them, hey, you don't have to do this. There's a different way around this to either make it all go away or pay back something to protect your assets or, just you don't have to do anything. They're usually shocked and say, I don't have to deal with these people. No, you don't. At the office, we have a special way of dealing with these creditors. So if you're interested in making your debt collectors go away and you want to talk to us, I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it because I like what I have planned for these creditors. Just saying.